Hello! Hello, hello, hello! We're already vibing. And we're only like a minute in. Like not even that, 20 seconds in. Let everyone join in. Yeah, boy! Daryl, thanks for joining the stream, bro. I know you're kicking ass. Modern Warfare 3 beta's out for the gamers out there. Yeah, mate, we're just gonna vibe today. Yeah, welcome to JumpHouse. Yeah, thank you, Sun Dragon, so much. Go Silky. Yeah. Yeah, I've had this idea for a while. Top of the board every game, mate. Yeah, that's only because I'm doing this. Catch you after the live, innit? Yeah, I've had this idea for a while. What if we took like foghorns and all crazy amount of sounds from Jump Up, and we infused it with house. So we're starting with this house vocal, which is a vibe, right? Vibe. And obviously what we're going to do is we're going to build up a track, and then we're going to chop and edit some things down. And we're just going to do what we do every Silky Sunday, man. We're going to write some gorgeous piece of music and see what happens, really. So to get everyone pumped and hyped, that is the idea, right? Excuse me. Just finished a Fanta, so I'm all gassy, which is what this song is going to make everyone else gassy, right? Yeah. So we're just going to go straight into it, right? We're just going to go straight into it. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our time today because we want this to be as perfect as possible. Hello, Mum. Thanks for joining. I'm telling you, my mum's biggest fan. I'm telling you. People will argue, but she is. Yeah, we're just going to go... we're going to take our time through this because I want this one to come out as perfect as possible. What you hear today might not necessarily be the end product, purely on the basis of if you know what the end product is, you've heard it now. If you don't know what the end product is, gives you all the more reason to listen to it when it releases, right? Right? See? It's already a vibe. So what I think I want to do is, I think I'm going to go with 12s and 24s today. So our sort of intro to our build-up would be written in 12s. I kind of want to make it like a progressive house feel. So we could say like the intro, for example, that it could be this 8 here, right? So this will go on for 8. And then we could bring the top drum loop in for 12. What we could also do is add an impact somewhere, maybe some sort of like cymbals, right? So right now we just want to get a bass pattern going. I'll always be your biggest fan. I'm very proud of you. Listen, I'll buy your house one day. Might have wheels though. So yeah, we just want to get it going, like immediately. We just want to get it going. So what I'm going to do for you while we're flicking through sounds is we're going to loop this so you guys aren't just listening to my drony voice. house is all about detail. Always about detail. So that's what this project's gonna be. It's mainly gonna be about details as much as the music. Because, you know, when you're writing like trap or hip hop or lo-fi, it's a pretty simple process to follow. But this time round, boy, we're gonna go crazy. I think we should just go straight in with the foghorns. I think. So what we want to do is go to our pure DMB. We're gonna hit up the Exert Records effects, and we want to go. Yeah, I'm all over the place at the moment. Hang about. I'm gonna go bass. Bear with me. Rollers Essential. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, we want basses. We're gonna go foghorns. Apologies if it's loud when I'm clicking the individual sounds before they're thrown into FL, so I do apologise. See what I'm saying? Like, already it's talking to us, right? We're going to time stretch it. And what we're going to do, we're going to throw that into the mixer as usual. Get rid of that one. We're going to turn it down in the mixer. And now, instead of that boring straight into pattern, you got like this foghorn which is going to like really reach out. See what I'm saying? And that's going to go there again. You want something in the middle here. I would also like a really nice sub bass underneath it as well. I think that would really kick in. We want as much atmosphere as we can possibly get before this tune drops. And then we're just going to let the drop speak for itself. So we want to go back into Rollers Essential, go back to basses, foghorns. Just going to go down and then come back up again. We're like this more like, oh mate, it does something to the soul really, doesn't it, to be honest. Right, so let's see what that sounds like. It tiggles. It literally tiggles. And then I want the sub bass somewhere at the end of this. We can turn that one up a bit, I reckon. And then maybe at the end of the second foghorn. Who knows, right? So we are going to go for a lovely sub bass somewhere. Want to go here, back into pure DMB. Let's learn how to talk before we move on. And then I want Exert Records. We're going to go bass and see that. It's naughty, mate. So we're gonna work out where we want the sub bass to go here, because I kind of want it to be like more of a stabby than like a sort of elongated note. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it, right? And then this is only going to play from there, and then we're going to add in the full drums, which is going to be around here. And what I want to do is I want the song to progress, and then we could have like maybe 12 to 16 bars of the main beat kicking in, and then we're going to start our build up and our drop. So we'll go from here. really hear the two different atmospheres going on at the same time. You know, because one's really like sort of regular house, like you just want to bounce, you want to dance to it, and then the other one just is way more open, way more atmospheric. And now we want to go here, down to here. This is where the full drum kit's gonna come in. Right. See what I mean? Like, it's that already. Vibing. I'm telling you, today's live is a lot more crazy than previous lives. And then all we want to do is add in that vocal backup. And then what we're also going to do as the song progresses is we're going to add in a few more sounds. I'd also like an impact somewhere around here. So as the first set of drums comes in, you really get an idea. So yeah, if we do this in 12s, 4/8/12. So what that's gonna do is I'll play from here. Before we do that, we don't want us to blow anyone's eardrums off. So let's just lower that to the same as the other drums. What I'm actually thinking is I want a bit more of so the top routine's chill, and then we're just gonna kick straight into it. Yeah, so much better. Right, so now what we've got is we've got a very basic understanding of where the track's going to go. So you have your intro, which comes in. Right, and then what you could do here is you could add maybe some sub bass to get the attention that we're going somewhere, because that's all it is, right? You just want some progression in your track. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, actually, I see what's going on here. What we want is we're just going to quickly get rid of that. And then we're going to move these guys over here. No, because I kind of want it to go down first. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. My bad. So I want it to go down one more time. So we can do it in 16s. Yeah, that's fine. That works for me. 4, 8, 12, 16, yeah, and then we're just gonna copy these guys over. As I said, I think I might just add the impact now, so you guys get an idea of what I mean when I say like I want an impact. Which is see now this, right? This is going to add an energy before you've even done anything, to be honest. As long as you smartly place an impact, it will sound really good. Really good. And it also tells you that, okay, now we're in music mode, I guess. Because if we go from here, obviously the intro to the track, we don't know where it's going. And then that impact really brings it. You know what I mean? Obviously it's not going to be that loud, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, we set that to mix 7, turn it down. And then actually what I want to do is I think some delay would be great for this impact. Oh, I like that. There's already a bit of delay in there, so maybe a tad bit more reverb. And then I actually want to add a delay. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a bit more, to be honest. Let's just go crazy. Love it. And then maybe further the delay, because why not? Why would you not want to do that? Yeah. So now, that's even more atmosphere to your ears. See what I'm saying? Way more atmosphere straight away. Because I don't want the whole song to have heaviness, because you want to leave that for the drop, right? Because the minute the song drops, that's when you really want to start like kicking into gear. So if we have like a heavy bass all the way through the song, it's just too much. But with like the foghorns and the sub basses, it really adds some sort of space. We want to leave a bit more room in the song in case we want to come back and add way more. There's a lot of instruments we can hear over this actually to sort of complement the vocals. Like a lot. And then what you can do is now we can move straight into the build up. So essentially, we could take this, and here's going to be like the build up, right? So you'd have your intro, which I really want it to come in. I love automating volume, like I love it as an intro and an outro. It's just my favorite thing to do, right? So from the intro, maybe something else we could do as well to make the vocals a bit less boring is we could play with some gross beat, maybe a bit of reverb as well. Reverb is my savior. And what gross beat does is gross beat is really fun, right? It's so fun. Even if you're not a producer and you just somehow have access to FL, even if you just have like the free demo, just play a chord or like 4 chords and go into the mixer and open up gross beat and just have a laugh, because honestly it's so fun. Gross beat allows you to take anything you're doing and just turn it into something completely different. So we could just click a random one, right? It's already like interesting. It's already interesting, and it's already going to flow better because it's got a pattern to it now. So if we just have the drums and the vocals, right? It's already interesting. And the best part is you don't have to have every single bar the same, you know? See, it's already interesting. It's already way more interesting. And then what we could do is we could add slight life to the drums as well. And that could be as simple as just maybe adding in another hi-hat on top of the drums that we already have. So what we could do is just go back into this, and then back into here. We can go to one shots. We can find ourselves maybe an open hat. I like that one. I like that one a lot. And then all we got to do here is add that to track 8, and then move up to track 8. Yeah, that checks out. We can place those guys in. And then what we could essentially do here is if we just add in a basic pattern for house, which is an offbeat pattern, because as you can see, like usually it's supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but instead we're going offbeat, and that's what gives house its sort of groove. And now because we're trying to make it more of a progressive style in house, they could come in on the last 8. So your beats already kicking in, crowd's already going, everyone's already enjoying themselves. This is where we're going to start our build up. So for our build up, we want risers, we want your build up drums. I'm either going to throw in the drop bass underneath, and that's going to slowly creep up with the riser, which is another thing I really love doing. I do that a lot for drum and bass. My drum and bass is always sort of like that kind of style. So we can go here, build up, What want something a bit more. That's a good one. Yeah, we'll go build up now. And then you just got to throw that in. So there's our build up drum, right? So what's going to happen is we're going to get to the end of the main section. We're going to have it cut out and then start building on the build up, basically. Build on the build up. Might take the sub bass out actually. Yeah, I prefer it like that. And as I said, like right now we're just building the foundation, and then obviously once we have a good idea of the structure, we can then just keep coming back and then adding stuff, taking stuff away. I'd love to play with the vocals a bit more. Because I want the vocals to be like mostly the highlight of the start of the song all the way through until the drop, which I also really want to play with. Maybe vocal chopping for the drop might be a really cool way to go as well. So I have yes. So we go here. Logan, thanks for joining the stream, bro. Yeah, mad. I take it you've only just joined and you got like right to the to the build up, so you don't even know what we had before that. Yeah, there we go. Right, so now we want to find ourselves a good drop loop. This is actually the one I wanted to go with today. Purely on the base of like it's one of my favorite house like bass house stems I've found. See what I mean? So I'm gonna throw that in. I love it, man, because it's like it's counting down, you know, and then we can just throw drums in there, and everyone's gonna go like, ooh. So this is obviously the kind of tune we'd want to have played in clubs and obviously parties and whatnot. And that's what we're going to keep in mind this Sunday, is that we're not writing particularly for an artist. We are writing for a club banger, basically. So what we're going to do is just lower that. Do you know what I mean? So we can let that go for like 4 bars, and then we can throw the drum straight back in. So let's do that and just see what it sounds like. But I think, again, what I'm going to do actually is I'm actually going to leave the open hats that we threw in until later down the line, because the drop doesn't necessarily have to follow the same pattern as the rest of the song. So if we get to the end, you know what I mean? Like, it's already a vibe, you know what I mean? But what I want to do is I want no drums at the beginning, so it does sound like it's counting down. You know what I mean? And the hi-hats. Just imagine, right? You're on a night out, yeah? You've had a long week doing whatever it is you do, right? And then you're at a club and suddenly this place. Yeah, baby. I'm telling you, JumpHouse is the next thing. It's gonna be the next thing. This is the part of the drop we're going to focus on mostly, because the intro of the drop is just to get your crowd hyped, right? So if we bring it back to the build up, right? Build up's going, crowd are getting ready, and then it's like, so the crowd are already like this. We're gonna like drums come in, that's it, smack. The minute this section's over, that's it now. We need to think to ourselves, okay, so we have drums and a bass, and that's it. It needs to be more interesting. This is where I think chopping up the vocals might be really fun to do. And also the section in the bass that goes wow, right, which is what separates your ear from constantly listening to the bass, just like obviously constantly going. That I want to chop that out. I'm thinking this sound itself we could really play with. So if we just chop that from the main, and then we're going to bring it down 1, and then we're going to make it unique. Save, yep, that's fine. And then make sure that we add this, because this is now, right, we don't want that. So you see now it's fit separately. So we're actually going to send that to, I want to say I got that right. No, we want that channel 11. Yeah, so now what's going to happen is we want that to be the same. Going to drop that down to the same. So now what we got is just that. Standalone, right? And then what I want to do is I want to add some reverb. No, we want the dry up. Yeah, now it hits harder, right? Bring up a bit of the deck. Decker's decay, just in case you're wondering. Maybe a bit of delay. What delay is doing is, as I'm hitting the note, the reverb is not happening straight away. So the reverb doesn't hit the minute I hit the note. So for an example, if we have it quite far up, see what I mean? And then it feeds the reverb out. This is a really good way of creating an atmosphere in your music. And then if we go for delay 3 and then we go to ping pong, ping pong means it's going to bounce from left to right here. You can also edit that, which is also a really fun thing, because you can change your panning from right to left instead of left to right. But we're going to get into that. Right now we just want a structure, a good idea. I'm pretty sure everyone's already bouncing towards the beat anyway. So now we have a less boring break in the bass itself, right? See what I mean? And then we're just going to quieten that down just a tad. And then we're going to add that here again. And I think that should be the constant, just to always give your ears that break, because no one likes when it's just one constant sound looping in your ear rolls. Right, so now we're going to listen to that with a beat. And then somewhere, let's say we can have it go for 8, right? And then in the second 8, we can have a break in the drums itself. So in the second 8, rather than just keep going, because I like that it goes dun 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 wow, I like that. So if we just chop out the first part, right? Because that open hat we added earlier, that's going to keep the tempo pattern going. And then another thing you could play with is this hits on a kick, right? So maybe we could just remove the kick just here, and by doing that, it lets the sound itself play out. Right, so we have an idea of what our drop is, but now I think it'd be really fun if we played with vocal chops. Like, we just find a part of the vocal that we actually we like, that catches our attention, and then we chop it and throw it in to the drop itself. So what we're going to do now is, I really like the first note of the vocal straight away. That really grips me, right? Already grips me. So if we take just that first bit, love that. Right, so I want to just go but because of course we're going to chop some more of the vocals up as well. Oh, I like the do. I like this little vocal here. This one. This is my buddy. Come on, buddy. Yeah, right there. And then take that out also. And then we're just gonna get rid of that and get rid of that. So now we have the. Love that, and I love that it keeps the stutter of gross beat as well. That's actually pretty cool. So we know that it's gonna go right, and that with the beat. Let's play it with just the drums actually. Yep. So now in my head, I want this to sort of go here and here. And then when she goes, more of the yeah, right? Not a vocalist, innit? Are you impressed with my vocal skills? I hope so. Right, so what we doing? Let's grab the vocal again. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, silly boy. So that, there it is. The sort of the beatboxer who can't sing, can you imagine? So we want to take this and this. We can now get rid of that. We can get rid of that. And just so I don't forget later down the line, we're also gonna try this. I'm also gonna turn down the master for you because I think there are some clickety clickings. Right, so now we got this one. Just got to decide where to put it basically. As long as it goes with the drums, it's gonna fit. Or at least it should fit. And then here again. Right. And it already sounds good with the drums, isn't it? So we might as well just... But we want it to sound just a tad bit louder than what it is right now. So let's just add that up. Way down. And then we just got to copy that along. We're going to do that for 8. So let's recap where we're at so far with the drop. So the drop has to be interesting, right? It can't just be a repetition of the same thing over and over again, because again that adds boredom. So if we simply just take that and we're going to move that to the last 8, the basic premise of the drop we know, and that's enough to get your crowd going. As long as you get your crowd going, you know what I mean? Is adding progression. That's all we're doing. Right? Now, here's where we can kind of decide what we want to do with the track itself. For instance, where the track stands right now, we're at 2.5 minutes. Usually a track only goes on for about 3 to 4 minutes. So what we could do here is we can have fun, right? Because there are no laws in music. You sort of write what it is you want to write. I mean, there is obviously the laws of it sounds great or it sounds awful, but we give you the Silky guarantee anyway. So what we could do is we could either add a second drop, or we could revert back to the first drop and then the song ends. So for example, we know that we have this first section, right? So most house music just sort of, after the drop sort of ended, they just go straight back into what they had originally. So we could do that here. Excuse me, little fly. we're gonna have fun, right? Let's have fun. It's gonna be cool. I want to do a second build-up and a completely different drop to the first one. Let's have fun, right? So I love the act of surprise, yeah, when songs add like fake drops, or you know, like you hear the build up again, you're like, okay, it's gonna drop again into the same thing, and then it just smacks you with something completely different. I think we want to go with that here. So I'm gonna actually do that. And then here, actually, I think it'd be really fun if we change. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to overcomplicate things. All right. So yeah, so here it's going to be another build-up, right? And then that is as simple as just copy and paste in the first build-up we had. Except now we're going to drop it into a completely different bass line. So we're going to keep things simple today in today's live, because as I said at the beginning, I don't always want to produce a finished product, because then by the time the song's out, your ears are already like, okay, yeah, we heard this and now it's out, so we're hearing it again. So it's best to always leave gaps in live production, in my opinion. That's kind of my style. Because when you listen to the full song, you're like, oh my days, that was never in the version I watched live, and that's actually pretty crazy that he's done that. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to go back with this. I also noticed that we haven't added a riser yet, which is naughty me. Very naughty me. What I will say is, if you are listening through headphones, turn your volume down now. Volume warning. Because most risers, whether banging, see what I'm saying? Like, that is our word. Banging is our word. Maybe that should be Silky's motto. Banging, right? Yeah, if you are using headphones, in all seriousness, turn them down now. Because risers, for some reason, whether I'm grabbing them from FL or I'm grabbing them from like a sample pack, like, they're always so loud in your ears, which is why I'm going to take one ear off. So if you are watching through headphones, yeah, please just turn your volume down. I'm going to give you like 2 seconds. 1, 2. So now we want to choose a riser. That's a good one. So we're going to go straight for that one. That's already tickled my ears. Tickled my ears. Okay, so now we have our riser. We're going to chuck that under. Yeah, that should be fine. We're going to add that to 12. Then go back into all. Now we don't need this one. And then we're just going to come back here. I'm going to turn this right down, just so I get this volume great, because I don't want to burst your eardrums. So yeah, alright, going back to where we were, I want to add a second drop, which is completely different from the first drop, in terms of bass. Because technically that's all you're really listening out to, right, when you listen to something like Bass House or Jump Up, is the drum's always going to be pretty much the same, but it's the sort of the synths and the basses that are going to change. So we're going to come back to this here. So now we've got the exact same thing, which we've just mirrored. But now we're going to add a second bass in for the second drop. We're going to return the track to normal, and banging. You've just watched JumpHouse live in action. I have no idea what bass we're going to go for, but we're just going to go for it. Trust me, I'm telling you, I should start doing garage and jungle. Oh, imagine those together. That'd fit so good, I reckon. You never know. Maybe it's already happening. Getting sidetracked by this happens a lot, right? I start writing a song and then I'll just start flipping to like write 5 to 10 other songs. So we want synth loops. We want to go drop. Again, this is going to be pretty loud in your ears, and I do apologize. So if you are using headphones, turn it down. Let's choose one. Do it. Need us anymore. Right. Right. Okay, this one will blast your eardrums. Which is what you want, right? That's why you come to JumpHouse. Just test the volume on that. We don't want it that loud. Yeah, there we go. We could have a lot of fun as this is a repeating pattern. I might mix the both together. I think that'd be pretty lit, to be honest. Yeah, so just to test it. And then at the end, right, because if you're familiar with Welcome to Tsilindr, the music in that, I had a lot of fun with sort of chopping the end of basses and throwing in something just completely random. So we could actually start adding in some of these foghorns that we had earlier, you know, just to bring the track back together for the outro. So we're going to let this go for 16, and then we're going to go with it. We're just going to have fun. I'd also like to bring that impact back, actually, from the first section. Just make sure I got the right one. Yeah, okay. I think if the impact comes back here, right? So as we're ending... I like it. Like a lot. Right, and then we got our build up again. Again, you could just do the same. You could literally just do the same thing that we did with the first build up. So we need to automate, and we're going to go volume, and then we're going to bring that one down to about halfway, and then automate this one, volume, and now this is going to go from halfway to the top. So then we have this. And what this is already doing is sort of set in stone of where you can throw breaks and gaps into your drums, because of that first bit that goes wow. You know what I mean? So right there, we could cut that. So already, I think I can hear that coming out, right? We get rid of that, and then we could bring this foghorn back in, which is gonna sit there, and then just to make sure that we get it right in time, so we want to sit it right there. Maybe we could play with a foghorn as well, you know. That goes hard, not gonna lie. Nixie, if you're just joining, you're about to hear the whole thing. But I'm a bully today because I'm not going to give you the finished product. That's the best part about having all this power. I realise what I've done. Hang on, sorry, there you go. Do you know what we're gonna do? Because I feel almighty and powerful. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out, and I'm gonna leave the track here for you today. That's what I'm gonna do, right? We are coming up to the final 8 minutes, yeah. So this is where I'm gonna leave the track for you today. We're gonna play it from start to finish, and then yeah, that's sad faces already. Listen, I was saying this earlier, Nixie, right? If you're just joining, if I produce, I mean, I don't mind doing it for, like, you know, if it's one of my hip hop sessions or a lo-fi session, fine. But then obviously I'm, as you know, right, family and that, I'm a big electro head, so I feel like with electronic music, I'd always like to leave it a question mark, so that when the song releases, you have a reason to be like, okay, I know the first bit, I really want to get to that second bit. So let's listen to it from start to finish, the idea that we have, and yeah, enjoy it. Nixie, if you just join in, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. But no sad faces. No sad faces. It does go hard. Drop's coming up. It's here. Big up the missus, you know. Banging. Fire in the chat. Come on, everyone. Fire in the chat. Everyone. Come on. That'll be really good, right? I know I said I'd end it, right? Like I understand I've only got 3 minutes left, right? But one thing I do want to change is I actually want this to be shorter, for sure, like, because otherwise we're dragging the track out too much. So if we just move all of that over, right? So we're going in from, you know what I mean? Fire! Fire! JumpHouse, baby! That's it. That's how I'm going to end the track for you guys today, isn't it? Listen, I'm vibing. JumpHouse is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It just occurred to me that obviously there are so many genres of one genre that we might as well just start throwing them all in, right? Elements are coming. It's going to be crazy. Mate, trust me. Look, the missus knows, mate. She knows, right? There's definitely a lot of elements I want to add and take away. There's also a lot that I really want to have fun with as well. As it's the last 2 minutes, we'll go straight from here. I'll allow you guys to listen to it one more time. I'll let you choose. Actually, do you want to listen to the first drop or the second drop? First drop or second drop? Let me know now. Let me know now. Come on, what do we want? All. Jonathan said all, so you're getting all. Sit back. Vibe. This is JumpHouse. I've been Silky. This is Silky Sunday. More to come. More to come, baby. Enjoy. It's so good, isn't it? Fire! Fire! Second drop, baby! We went crazy with it. Mate, you can't make it up. You can't. JumpHouse is the future, right? It's got to be the future. I remember you guys coming over and you constantly beatboxing your heart out when you got bored. You've come a long way. I appreciate that, Storm. Wow, I actually appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining the live as well. Yeah, we have come far. It's pretty interesting, right? Because sorry, Tsilindr, I know we're running a bit over time. But it is actually really interesting because in your head as a beatboxer, there's only so much you could do. So it's great that I've managed to grant myself the skills and abilities to start from somewhere like beatboxing and be able to produce a full track. You know, because it's so different to. You know what I mean? Like, it's so different. It's so different. But yeah, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for the turnout. Flames in the chat while we say bye. Flames in the chat. Love, hearts, praises, whatever you want to do. Let's do it. Yeah, so JumpHouse. This has been like an idea of mine for about a week now. But thank you so much for tuning in. I don't even know what to say because this is probably one of my most favourite ideas I've ever come up with. But I must go now. This has been Silky. This has been Silky Sunday. Thank you so much. I'll catch you next Sunday, of course. Please make sure to like the video. Subscribe to Tsilindr for sure because the content on there is popping. Popping. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.